Match week 12 of MLS Next Pro touches down in the Great White North as Toronto FC 2 hosts Crown Legacy from York Lions Stadium in Toronto, Ontario. Welcome in. I'm Josh Toll. Crown Legacy recorded their first clean sheet of the season with a 2-0 win over FC Cincinnati and are currently on a 4-game unbeaten streak. Meanwhile, Toronto FC are stumbling, having lost 3 in a row. Even with the struggles, though, Toronto FC does have 3 clean sheets on the season. All 3 of those wins by clean sheet. Jamari Nolan will get the start today for Giovanni Cimini. Also in the midfield, Lucas Olguin as well as Marcus Simmermancic down from the first team. Simmermancic are 4 appearances this year with the first team. Micah Chisholm will also get the start in the back line, trying to shore up that back line tonight against a tough Crown Legacy side. Adisa Di Rosario once again the start between the sticks. Meanwhile, for Gary Dicker and Crown Legacy, they will be a 4-2-4 formation. Just one change from their last game. Jelani Forbes in for Daniel Moore. Forbes with his first start of the season last year, 18 appearances with the second team. Isaac Walker once again gained the start between the sticks. First clean sheet of the season coming against FC Cincinnati. He does have 23 saves on the season. Aaron John will be wearing the captain's armband here this evening on the season. Still looking to be a little bit more aggressive in the attack. Just has 1 goal and 0 assists on the year. Last year, he led the team with 8 goals and 10 assists. He was named MLS Best 11 last year here in Next Pro. Our officials, our head referee, Saman Sultani, our first assistant, Andre Pickler, our second assistant, Mehmet Sen, and our fourth official tonight, Fabrizio Stasola. Toronto on the season, 3 wins on the year. They have scored 10 goals. They've given up 16 on the year. Meanwhile, Crown Legacy, they also have 3 wins on the season. Scoring-wise, they've scored 15 goals. They have 11 different goal scorers on the season. It's not just one player with Crown Legacy that can beat you. It's multiple. They've given up 12 goals on the season, trying to build off that first clean sheet of the season. Meanwhile, for Toronto FC right now, they're in a rough spot on the pitch, having lost 3 games in a row at home this season. 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 draws. For Crown Legacy away from home, looking for their 2nd win of the season. Toronto FC tonight will be in the all-red kits with the white numbers and white lettering. Meanwhile, for Crown Legacy, they will be in the all-white kits. Lone meeting of the season between these 2 sides as they look to get match week 12 off to a strong start. One other game going on right now, New York Red Bulls taking on Atlanta United. At the time, New York Red Bulls 2 up 1-0 in that game. 3 games in total here this evening in match week 12. Players on the field for both sides. These 2 teams both like to possess the ball. It'll come down to who makes fewer mistakes in this game. Giovanni Cimini throughout the season talking about playing with a purpose, and that starts in training. Meanwhile, Crown Legacy's Gary Dicker talking about this Toronto FC side, saying you can't look at their run of form right now. That is not the team that we saw on tape. This is the team that they're going to have to be very ready for in this game. And for Crown Legacy, they want to play with purpose, play with possession as this is sent down and over the top to Malik Henry. Henry will work the ball inside. Nice slotted ball here to Michael Sullivan. Sullivan wearing the captain's armband this evening for Toronto FC. He thought he was fouled, doesn't get the call, gets right back up. Olguin back to Henry. Sullivan going towards the end line. Sends in across and sent away on the play by Ouedraogo. Ouedraogo getting his 2nd start of the season, starting for Jack Neely. Jack Neely's already made a couple appearances now for the first team. Made his MLS debut in the U.S. Open Cup just a few weeks ago against DC United, and then in the regular season against Columbus Crew coming on late in the game. Strong pathway from Crown Legacy to Charlotte FC. A little different look for both these sides. Both first teams will be playing one another tomorrow night. Chisholm. He'll go backwards. Idolo, the Brazilian. Chisholm coming over from the German Bundesliga 2nd league. Idolo Idolo's a player that has ability with both feet. We'll see if he tries to progress forward here as Di Rosario plays it forward past midfield. Here's Isaac Walker. Walker getting his 8th start of the season here this evening. He has allowed just 9 goals on the season. Wyatt Holt, the 15-year-old, making his 8th start of the year. He's been a main piece of that back line this season for head coach Gary Dicker. Age does not matter for either side. Holt, 15 years old. Jamiri Nolan, also 15 years old for Toronto. Here's Aaron John, the captain. He'll play it out. Subotic to the end line. Crown Legacy not liking what they're seeing, so they'll go backwards and they'll recycle. Holt surveys. Patience here for Gary Dicker's side, not trying to force anything, try to find the angles they can work with. Koulibaly pauses. Chayap. Talking with Gary Dicker about that game against FC Cincinnati. Talked about how it's great to have a clean sheet. They felt he got off to a good start. Cincinnati really raising their level in the second half. They had to match that level, pushing forward, got the late goal in stoppage time, and really a goal that he was pleased to have to put away the game. Odrago, Eric Pena making his 6th start of the season. He'll turn 20 on Sunday. Nice ball right there from Holt, finding Uchegbu. Uchegbu with a step over, gets it to his right foot, dangerous with the ball at his feet. He's not afraid to run at players. Koulibaly. John, out wide. Whipped in ball, sent away. Stojadinovic will send it down the line. Simmermansik. Di Rosario under some pressure, sends the ball right back to midfield. Fight for the ball. Forbes over there for Crown Legacy. This ball, though, won by Malik Henry of Toronto. Fisher. Henry loses possession. A chance here for Crown Legacy. Bartolovic. Shot near post, stopped by Di Rosario. First save of the game for the Toronto keeper. Bartolovic, the 18-year-old, not hesitating right there. Had a good look on the near post, but couldn't sneak it by the keeper and Adisa Di Rosario. Adisa Di Rosario doing a great job hugging the near post to prevent that ball from getting by. Set pieces, always a key. Gary Dicker talking about that. First opportunity here on the corner for Crown Legacy. John sets up. Lofted ball, back post. Odrago nearly got his head to it, but just sailed right over. And then Odrago commits a foul. Odrago getting his 2nd straight start for Jack Neely. Talking with Gary Dicker about this Toronto side. Really, this team, Crown Legacy, needs to be brave on the ball, need to be ready for the attack of Toronto FC, but play well in the final thirds. That's their own defensive third as well as the attacking third. He wants to be able to possess the game and be able to bring the energy, play their style of football moving forward. It's one of the things they've been focusing on this week, knowing who they are and playing like that week in and week out and knowing the minor details of what is expected. Simmermansik, nice little soft touch out wide. Olgwen. Simmermansik goes inside. Ball intercepted. Good job stepping through to intercept that by Forbes. Good read there by the outside back of Crown Legacy. Idolo in the circle. He'll go backwards. Crown Legacy applying pressure on Di Rosario once again, forcing him to play with his feet, and this time he sends it out of play. So many times you'll see different teams try to pounce on that goalkeeper, try to force him to make the wrong decision. Holt inching forward. Chap. Back post ball headed down, and what a save by Di Rosario on Aaron John! How about that save by the keeper of Toronto FC? Beautiful ball across to Aaron John, did everything possible, but Di Rosario coming up with a spectacular save early. Toronto FC want a foul. They're not going to get it. Nolan, the player, going down. John goes out wide. Fast-paced game between these two sides here early in the 8th minute. Koulibaly back in the midfield. We've seen him also at the right back position this season, doing a little bit of everything. That's what you love if you're any coach in the league, the versatility that some of these players have to play multiple positions. Back is Fisher. John attacking, and Fisher will usher this ball out of play. Great moment. Just a couple of seconds to go for Crown Legacy. How about that ball in by Chap? John gets it square on the head, goes right down. Di Rosario able to go down to the surface to make the save. His second save of the game. Di Rosario now 27 saves on the season for the 20-year-old. Here's that pressure once again by Bartolovic. Di Rosario sends it past midfield, but no one ahead for Toronto. Drago will play it back, and Drago, 19 years old, represents Ivory Coast at the U23 level. This ball sent forward, in pursuit, Uchegbu. Chisholm to defend. Uchegbu just crawling on the ground, somehow maintaining his balance, loses possession. Good help coming over by Simmermansik, but a poor giveaway by Nolan. Koulibaly gives it right back to Idolo. Numbers 4 now for Toronto FC 2. Sullivan, how about this ball? Chance here for Henry, cuts to his left, back to his right, the shot, kicked aside by Walker. Isaac Walker, a keeper that does not lack confidence, strong personality, making a big save right here on Malik Henry. Henry looking like he wanted to go left, hesitates, goes back to his right foot, and just getting the right foot out to make the save is Isaac Walker. Both keepers coming up big here in the opening 11 minutes of play. Saniari to take the corner. Outward swinging ball coming. Looped in. Fisher. Coming out is Walker, sent up into the sky by Ouedraogo. Now cleared away for the moment. Ouedraogo doing enough to get that ball to go out past the touchline. Looked like that was misjudged by Isaac Walker, where he came out if he wanted to punch it or grab the ball. Had a player in his way as well. Struggles for Toronto FC coming into this game. On the season, though, they do have 3 clean sheets. They've been in a majority of the games this season. Only 2 games have they been outscored by multiple goals on the year. Their issue, though, is having to play from behind. Every loss this season, they did not score the first goal. Henry attacking. Cuts it to the back post. Ayari, top of the box. Looping corner! He wanted the top corner, just couldn't get the dip. Great idea right there by Hassan Ayari. Last year, 6 goals on the season. This year, he already has 2. Ayari wide open. He just teed this one up as well. Want to go top right corner, and he had Walker beat. Drago looking to go over the top. Offside flag raised against Subotic. This portion of the match is brought to you by BMO, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. Henry once again let loose on the run. Henry, back post, Ayari. Ayari into the area. Henry might have been a little too unselfish there on that run. Try to go to Ayari on the opposite side of the box. Also had 3 players running inside as well. Both teams, when they have the ball in the attacking third, they've been aggressive. Holt. Olgwen gives the ball away. Koulibaly switches sides. Chagbu. Koulibaly for Chayap. Koulibaly serving, he'll go backwards. Patience here from Crown Legacy, not forcing anything inside. Right now, preferring to use the wings and the width of the field rather than going down the middle. Chayap cuts the ball off, cuts it across, and another corner coming for Crown Legacy. On the afterburners to get to that ball. A heavy touch on the pass, but able to get there and win his side a corner. Second corner of the game coming for Crown Legacy. $15 goals on the season for Gary Dicker's club. 11 different goal scorers, and he loves that. He loves how they can score from multiple areas of the field. Left-footed ball. No one there for Crown Legacy. Easy pick for Di Rosario. Di Rosario pops it high in the sky. Poor give back there by Olgwen. Koulibaly. Forbes. Ball played into the box. On the backside was Chegbu, but too heavy of a touch on the lofted ball. Crown Legacy is showing different ways to be effective here in the final third. Toronto FC, though, they've been up to the task so far. Toronto FC just lone win at home, that coming against Chicago FC. Koulibaly tried to tap it outside, wanted to go to Subotic. Fulguen. Fisher will go backwards. Toronto side coming off loss against Huntsville City by a score of 2-1. Just Hassan Ayari with a lone goal coming to the 68th minute. Here's a chance for Nolan to stretch his legs. Has Ayari on the backside. Nolan with a shot. Stopped by Walker, the rebound, and another save! How about that by Isaac Walker? The reaction makes the first save, able to hop up and deny Nolan once again. Nolan with a great strike on the first shot, able to get his rebound, and then just hits it into the arm of Isaac Walker. Looked like he wanted the near post. 15-year-old denied by Isaac Walker, but a corner here for Toronto. Some pushing and shoving going on as it always does in the 18-yard box. Both keepers, though, coming up big here early for the respective sides. Ball played in. Fisher gets his head to it, and Walker will let it go out of play. Jamari Nolan, the 15-year-old, being dangerous. Comes from Kingston, Jamaica, played at Mount Pleasant, had 11 apps with Mount Pleasant before making his way to Toronto FC 2. Long ball through Chegbu. Chegbu doing a good job shielding away Simmermansik. Chegbu thought he earned a corner. This will be a goal kick instead. Stojanovich going backwards. Di Rosario. Idolo. Chisholm now has a little room to breathe. Sullivan, the captain. Henry. Little hesitation to go, try to cut it across, and this will be a corner for Toronto. Right wing, Nolan and Henry have had success here early going at Forbes. Forbes with his first start of the season, first game of the season as well here for MLS Next Pro Crown Legacy. Hassan Ayari to play it in. Fisher head to it once again. Once again, a ball delivered and Reed Fisher in the perfect spot, the former 23rd overall pick out of San Diego State. Pena, once again, that defensive holding midfield role. Gives the ball right back to Toronto. Ayari Loses possession. Crown Legacy coming off their first clean sheet of the season against FC Cincinnati. Gary Dicker talking about how that is one place he wants to see more of, just more clean sheets and just shutting that back door, playing with the lead. When you get the lead, you close the game out just like they did against FC Cincinnati. It's one of the areas that he really wants to evolve moving forward. Teams giving the ball back to one another. Here's Pena trying to capitalize. Chegbu tripped up, and that will draw the whistle. Free kick opportunity here now for Crown Legacy. John will stand over the top of the ball, just named to USA U19 training camp. He'll leave for Spain here just in a couple of days. Inside will travel to Spain, and it will take place from June 2nd to June 10th. They'll play Spain and the Ukraine in some international friendlies. Ball played in, over everyone's head. Nearest target was Wyatt Holt. Pressure once again by Crown Legacy. Fisher finding some space, tried to go up the middle, nearly gave the ball away. Let's see if this is going to be ruled a goal kick, and it'll be a corner. Great job there by Leo Bartle, getting in front of the ball and ultimately helping his team win a corner. Lovic, good job just getting in front of Fisher, and then you see the right leg of Fisher hit up the ball at the very end. Inward swinging ball coming for Crown Legacy. Whipped into your post, and no danger once again for Di Rosario. A couple of missed opportunities for Crown Legacy on corners. Di Rosario trying to spring a counter. This portion of the match is brought to you by LG, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC2. Back heel to Forbes. Forbes trying to work his way down the line. Knocked out of bounds by Forbes. He was pushed out there by Olguin. Pops right back up. Forbes drafted out of Wake Forest 2 years ago. Last year, 18 appearances with Crown Legacy. Had 4 goals, 2 assists on the season. Chayap. Kulabali. Trying to go through 3 defenders. Falls over, doesn't get the foul. Olguin pushing up the field now for Toronto. Waits for some numbers. Henry plays it out. Henry, every time he's trying to get to that right foot, you'd like to see him bring it to his left, show off that off foot. Subotic. Dispossessed of the ball by Olguin. Good play there in the midfield by Olguin, making his 5th start of the season. Olguin over 50 appearances with the second team, can't corral the pass. knocked off the ball. Good effort by Ayari to get back, but gives the ball away to Toronto. And then Crown Legacy looks to capitalize now if they can push forward. Odrago. Down the line, Forbes. Forbes trying to bring it inside, but coming back to help defensively was Marcus Stojadinovic. Stojadinovic doing a good job trapping Forbes there on the far touchline to win the ball back. Sullivan. Pass intercepted. Forbes shielding away Sullivan. Both teams have had different spells of possession, and both have been effective in the attacking third. Both still turning the ball over one too many times. It's going to be which team settles into this game and is more crisp with their passing. Chayap. Throw here coming for Crown Legacy. Crown Legacy just one win away from home on the season. They do have 2 draws on the road. Chagaboo able to sidestep 2 defenders. Drago. Sullivan. Sullivan loses possession, but gained right back by Toronto FC. Both teams, though, when they give the ball away, they tend to give it right back to the opposition. Chayap goes inside, but no one there. And the foul committed by Chagbu. Rosario once again seeing it down the field and once again giving it right back to Crown Legacy. John. Forbes. Subotic trying to bring it to his right foot, unable to maintain possession. Sullivan pushes it out. Zimmermansik, nice ball there from the midfielder. Henry has Nolan inside, goes to Sullivan, to Nolan. Nolan not on the same page. Right idea right there by Toronto, but holding up his run or just miscommunication. Nolan was just holding still as opposed to working his way back inside. That'll come with more experience there for Jamari Nolan. Ayari. Numbers coming for Toronto. A chance here once again for Nolan. Nolan with the right, and stopped initially, and then smothered by Walker. Isaac Walker bailed out by the post, and he collects the rebound. Nolan once again for the third time denied by Isaac Walker. Nearly got it by the right hand. It hits off the right hand, then off the post, then Walker covers it. You can see the disbelief Ari with his hands on his head. John Stojadinovic to defend. Glabali switching sides. Chayap on the touchline. Chayap plays the ball in. Stojadinovic just taps the ball out in another corner here for Crown Legacy, their fourth of the game. Great chance moments ago by Jamari Nolan. Had Isaac Walker beat, Walker did enough to get a piece of the shot. Hits off his own post. Otherwise, this game could very much be 1-0 in favor of Toronto FC. Bounces going the way of Crown Legacy right now. Captain Aaron John will play the ball back in. Back post and out of play. This portion of the match is brought to you by Chevrolet, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. Stojadinovic, Sullivan, Simmermancic, Ari. Chisholm plays it in. Holt back to defend. Offside flag though up. Here with 2 shots on goal, both saved by Di Rosario. Meanwhile, Toronto FC 2 with 5 shots on goal, all saved by Isaac Walker. Olguin, dispossessed by Subotic, can't maintain possession. Crown Legacy once again pushing up defensively, trying to force a mistake from Toronto. Olguin, right up the middle. Sullivan. Chance here for Henry. Simmermancic off the crossbar and over! Crown Legacy wanting an offside flag. Simmermancic with a great touch, but hits it off the crossbar. How about this chance? Simmermancic had Walker beat, but hits the woodwork. Crown Legacy thought Malik Henry was offside, but it looks like it was Yves Chayap that kept him onside in that run. Toronto very much could have 2, if not 3 goals in this first half. Legacy can make the case for 1 goal. Great chance from Aaron John. Had a header that was stopped by Di Rosario. Zimmermancic. Goldwyn trying to go behind and around the defender and Chaya, but unable to do so. Sullivan. Nolan. Zimmermancic has space. Plays it back post, and a poor header right there by Malik Henry. One he would like back. Beautiful ball across by Zimmermancic, and all Henry had to do was get it on target. Had a wide open mouth of the goal, but sends it wide. Probably wanted that corner. It looked like that's where he was trying to direct the ball, but sends it wide in the process. Henry, a former second-round pick of CF Montreal, still looking for his first goal of the season. Should have had it probably right there. Ayari, how about that move? Ayari with a dump off, Sullivan. Koulibaly. Uchegbu. Uchegbu plays it out. Subotic to his left. Subotic turns. Plays it back, looking for Uchegbu. Uchegbu with the right. Koulibaly curling. Koulibaly looking for his first goal. Set the ball up, but sliced it up and over. Crown Legacy, another good opportunity right there. Subotic might have been a little too unselfish, turning away, had a great chance. With a moment where he was open, but ultimately peeling away from the goal. Either way, shot over the crossbar. Both teams being a little too unselfish at times. John. Subotic. Forbes. Holt. Pena. Trying to figure out where he wants to go with the ball. He'll go up the middle over John. Subotic in, headed away, and now sent away by Ayari. Chaya in the channel. Uchegbu, two players on him. Throw for Toronto. Almost to the break, and both sides are wondering why they don't have a goal on the score sheet. You have to hand it to Adisa Di Rosario, the keeper of Toronto, and Isaac Walker, the keeper of Crown Legacy. Chance here. Nolan once again was in pursuit. Walker coming well out. Uchegbu to his left, trying to slip the ball to Bartolovic. Sullivan grabbed from behind, and that will be a whistle against Subotic, and the first yellow of the game. Clear grab of the jersey, no doubt about that one. Vidic coming over from Serbia. Very creative playmaker for Crown Legacy. One of the reasons they brought him in. That time, grab at the jersey. Probably didn't need to either. He had numbers back defending. Forbes, Fisher on his hip. Forbes taps it up into the air. Di Rosario coming up, able to keep it in play. Or are they going to say he went over the end line, not able to keep it in play? So a corner now coming for Crown Legacy. Di Rosario just unable to leap up, to grab the ball. Tried to hide it well, but unable to get the call that he wanted. So corner now once again for the captain, Aaron John. Into the heart of the area, swiped away by Di Rosario. Koulibaly plays it back to the spot. Ball sent forward by Crown Legacy. No one ahead, though. Stojanovich. Fisher. Olguin. How about that challenge by Odrago to push the ball back forward? Stojanovich. Zimmermansik. Chance here in the closing moments of the first half for Crown Legacy to work their way forward. Giveaway by Holt. Sullivan for Malik Henry. Over to defend his fourth. Played in for Nolan. Nolan denied on the ball by Holt. That was 15-year-old against 15-year-old, and that time it's Wyatt Holt winning the match. Isaac Walker will just hold on to the ball, and there will be the whistle to close out the first half of play. Well, both teams with numerous opportunities. Aaron John for Crown Legacy with a great chance that was saved by Di Rosario. Malik Henry with an opportunity for Toronto FC, denied by Walker as well as Jamari Nolan. And at the half, our score is Toronto 0, Crown Legacy 0. We'll be right back with a full halftime show after our first break.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Action.
First half highlights and a look at our upcoming schedule are later, but first, April Marie Aguilar headed to North Carolina to visit with U.S. Soccer Hall of Famer and North Carolina native son, Eddie Pope.
Thank you for joining me. I'm April Marie Aguilar here in High Point, North Carolina at the brand new state-of-the-art facility, the Go Forth Elite Performance Center with Carolina Core FC. And today I'll be speaking with a legend, Eddie Pope. How are you doing today?
I'm well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. But I want to mention, with the club in its second season, how do you continue to push the envelope in order to achieve the desired result?
It's just working every day, working hard every day, making sure the players are working hard every day. I'm trying to make sure that we look a little bit before, a little bit beyond, the next day and the next day, try to have a little bit of a vision, setting goals that are out in front of us, trying to achieve those goals, making sure the players are achieving those goals, as well as the coaching staff.
And how does the mind of a former U.S. soccer legend translate to that of CSO?
I think just for the most part, just trying to make things better than I had them. So I'm thinking about all the little bit of pitfalls that I may have gone through, whether that's on the field or off the field, trying to make things easier for players, try to give players advice on the field. So sometimes it is putting on the cleats and going out and trying to disseminate the information that I had as a player and moving that on to them. So those are some of the major ways. And then obviously trying to perform at the best of my ability as a CSO, as sometimes a coach, but then making sure that they have something like this, a training facility where they can apply their trade.
So I'm told you're the first to arrive and the last to leave. How does that level of commitment contribute to the success of the organization?
Yeah, I think just making sure that I'm setting an example for our coaching staff and our players. Sometimes the players leave after me, sometimes they're here before me, same thing with the coaching staff. But I think that something like that can be contagious. I think it's important, especially when a club like this is in the second year. We're just getting started. So we need to make sure that at a minimum, we're working as hard as we possibly can.
And I just recently visited the National Soccer Hall of Fame, where you've been inducted. Despite that, you seem like a very, very humble individual. So how does somebody at your level stay so grounded?
For me, I think it's the game humbles you at all times. So the second that a player or anyone becomes a little bit haughty, the game will humble you. On the field sometimes, off the field sometimes, as a CSO, as a coach, where you might lose a game that you should have won. Soccer has a strange way of doing that for everyone.
And earlier today, we had the opportunity to attend practice. I saw you taking some forwards aside and, giving them some pointers. How does somebody with your experience not only instill what you know, but at the same time inspire them throughout the process? Yeah,
I think players are interesting, right? Players, obviously I was a former player. One of the things that they do pay attention to is where you've played, what you've done. So I think, we've as a coaching staff and myself, we've checked that box. Our players are very attentive. They're like sponges. They like to listen. At the MLS NEXT Pro level especially, that is a developmental league. So players are trying to develop, and it's our job to make sure that we're helping them through that process. So I try to take some of my past experiences, some of the things that I've gone through, like I was working with a forward, so I'm trying to tell him, hey, here are the things that I don't like that forwards do as a defender, and making sure that he understands those and that those are just options for him to choose from. He's not a robot, but just trying to help him unlock other defenders. And so we try to pull guys aside at times and work with them.
So that's the knowledge that you teach out on the field. What is something that you're instilling in them outside the pitch?
I think so. For us, one of the things that we do have is a player development program where we will teach them how to handle their finances. We have them, our captains and a couple of other players, going through a leadership course through a company that works with the club. Sometimes we'll do some fun things like cooking courses because they're young.
Right.
Most of them are bachelors, so to help make sure they're eating properly when they have the opportunity to cook for themselves. So we try to do some fun things off the field as well. And then I just think tactically, a lot of them are super young. The game changes so quickly that we try to sit down with them and help them understand tactically, not only just the game in general, but especially what we're trying to do.
At this point in time in your career, what is something that you ultimately hope to be remembered for?
That's a good question. I think just someone who worked hard, someone who believed in U.S. soccer, American soccer, someone who's wanted to really help grow the game here. Especially now being in the position that I'm in and helping to develop youth players and push them onward to MLS and hopefully the national team and maybe even other national teams, moving them on to Europe as well, but especially growing the game here in the United States.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you so much.
Action.
Attracted, I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. The jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
Welcome back. We are scoreless at the break. We'll look ahead to the league's upcoming schedule in a moment, but first, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so Real Salt Lake star Diego Luna shared a bit about his journey this season and what he has implemented to stay mentally strong.
Come on, Diego. Have a good game tonight.
Throughout this year, my performance has not been where it's supposed to be. And I think a lot of that had to do with where my head was at and the things I was dealing with. I started with a therapist. That notebook just has everything we've been working on with my therapist. It has affirmations, breathing exercises, power poses, things to just think about to get your mind in the right place. From there, it's just been good. Like, I've just felt better. I've been able to just be myself, enjoy the game more, and I think that notebook is going to continue to help me. Of course, I have my affirmations here, and I just read them in order down through the whole page, and there's not really one that, sticks out to you, but it's all just about getting your mind in the right place and realizing how blessed you are and that you're okay no matter what. I have what it takes to create the life I want. I am successful. I am talented. Money flows well in my life. I'm healthy and strong. I'm healing all areas of my life. Everything always works out for the best. Remember to stay positive. Today is a great day for success.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, 'cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake. And I take what I make and I flaunt it, flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like. So looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
action.
We are scoreless at the break at York Lions Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, between Toronto FC 2 and Crown Legacy. As we take a look at the schedule for round MLS Next Pro, the game between New York City FC 2 and New England Revolution 2 has been moved up to 1:30. Tacoma Defiance tomorrow night will host Minnesota United. Meanwhile, Orlando City B on Sunday will get a look at the top team in the Eastern Conference in Chattanooga FC, Ventura County, top of the Western Conference, taking on Real Monarchs. And then Sunday night, LAFC 2 will close it out against the Town. Very active first 45 minutes of play, and a large reason this game is scoreless is thanks to the keepers for both sides here. Crown Legacy looking to pounce early. Bartolovic to his left foot to the near post, but stopped by Di Rosario. Di Rosario with a first good save, and then he denies Aaron John, the captain. Then right back comes Toronto FC 2. Here's Malik Henry, bring it to his right foot, kicked away by Isaac Walker. Henry not done. Once again on the attack, plays it to Ayari. Ayari from the top of the box, trying to bend it in, just couldn't get the late dip that he needed. And how about Jamari Nolan, the 15-year-old? He would have numerous chances. This one stopped by Walker. The rebound attempt and saved by Walker. Nolan, though, would not be done. Ball falls kindly to him. The shot deflected away by the right hand and then hits off the post. And Walker able to cover up that attempt as well. Once again, another chance. Simmermansic, good pass right there from Henry, but Simmermansic could not get the ball to go underneath the crossbar. Here, the pass to Henry, and Henry sends it well wide. One that Henry would like to have back. 11 shots in total for Toronto. 5 of those on target, all 5 stopped by Isaac Walker. 2 shots on target, meanwhile, for Crown Legacy, but Adisa Di Rosario up to the challenge. Corners in this game, that's been a big factor for both sides. 5 for Crown Legacy, 3 for Toronto. So this game very much could come down to set pieces. Both teams have had great opportunities in the run of play, so they're going to have to find a different way to be productive in the attacking third, and it might just come from either a corner or a set piece in the middle of the field. Both teams back out here to begin the second half. Crown Legacy on the season, currently sitting 6th in the standings with 15 points. Toronto FC, meanwhile, 12th in the standing with 11 points. They could move up to 9 with a win and improve to 14 points on the season. That would put them level with Orlando City B. Crown Legacy will begin with the ball here in the second half. These two teams' first teams will play tomorrow evening right here in Toronto. See some familiar faces that played with the second team. One of the big ones right now, Patrick Ajamong. He's been on fire for Charlotte FC. Ajamong on the year. Had a brace the other night against Columbus, leading goal scorer right now for Charlotte FC. We also see Andrew Privet, Nick Scardina, both played with his second team. Jack Neely, possibility, normally a starter on the back line with Crown Legacy, but getting the start this evening, Asani Odrago. Odrago, he's been very good in the center back spot here tonight for Jack Neely. Sullivan looking to play the ball ahead, headed away by Chiap. So the lone sub, Jelani Forbes, will come off the field. Onto the field will come Daniel Moore, who got the start last week in the win against FC Cincinnati for Crown Legacy. Olgwen on the return pass. Olgwen trying to slip that ball between two defenders, unable to do so. Uchegbu turns away. Stojadinovic right on his hip. And Stojadinovic commits the foul. Just the one yellow card handed out in that first half going to Andres Subotic of Crown Legacy. And here is Subotic. Fisher back in position. A race for the end line and holding up those Subotic. Subotic wanted to connect there with Daniel Moore. Jelani Forbes getting his first start of the season, going 45 minutes. Forbes had a couple issues, but showed what a threat he could be in the attack and did a good job getting up the wing a couple different times. Here is Moore playing it forward. John for Moore. Played away by Stojadinovic. Daniel Moore, he'll leave this behind. Talking with Gary Dicker about Daniel Moore, but really coming to the turn. Team having to learn quickly. Best way, though, is to learn on the job. Has been patient. Talking about the difference for him from college to the professional game. College being a much shorter game. This season being dragged out. So that'll be a big difference in how he plays, but also the training changes as well as the information intake. He really likes the outside backs that he has, Forbes as well as Micah Thomas, and now you add in Daniel Moore to the mix. Di Rosario once again playing it forward. Nice ball this time ahead for Malik Henry. The back was Moore. That was best ball of the night by Di Rosario. A few different times he's given the ball away, whether it's been sprayed out of play or just giving it right back to Crown Legacy. Olgwin. Henry. Nice ball for Stojadinovic. Stojadinovic, shot off the post and out! Toronto just doesn't have any luck. A beautiful strike by Stojadinovic, and the post keeps this from going in. How about this effort by Stojadinovic, back post, hits off the bar and then sent away by Crown Legacy's Odrago. Corner coming now for Toronto. Talking with Gary Dicker, this Toronto side, they've been in games and they're showing why right now. Numerous shots on target, that one not officially on frame, but hits the post, nearly goes in for Stojadinovic. Just a couple inches in this game, whether it's the one earlier in the first half by Simmermancic off the crossbar, the one that hit off the fingertips of Walker, but Toronto has to think they should probably have at least 3 goals in this game. Player down at the moment for Crown Legacy. Stojadinovic and company, they are getting looks on target, just unable to get anything by Isaac Walker at the moment. Emmanuel Chegbu, that's down on the floor for Crown Legacy. 7th start of the season for Chegbu. Came over from AS Trenčín in Slovakia. Does have 3 appearances with Nigeria's U20 side. We get a great look at Stojadinovic. Stojadinovic on the season does have 1 goal and 1 assist. This is his 10th start of the year. Numerous chances for Toronto in this game. Best one in the second half moments ago by Stojadinovic. Jamari Nolan, the 15-year-old, he's come up big for Toronto, as it looks like we'll have a pair of subs now for Crown Legacy. They've already made 1 sub, and Daniel Moore coming on for Jelani Forbes. Dylan Singh looking to come on, as well as Rocket Rita Rita. Rocket Rita Rita with a goal in the closing moments in the win last week against FC Cincinnati. Able to walk off slowly. Rocket Rita Rita will come on for him. Dylan Singh, another tall target up front, will also come on for Crown Legacy. Malovic off and Dylan Singh in. now the corner coming from Ayari. Into the box, headed away. Sent back and stopped by Walker. Good volley attempt by Toronto FC2, but not enough pace behind that shot attempt. Singh in, brings in another big body up front. There, that patterns his game after Harry Kane, as you see the high press now by Toronto FC2 trying to force the mistake in the defensive third for Crown Legacy. Both teams picking and choosing when they apply that high press. Both have no issues dropping down in that low block. Trying to catch you off guard, do a little bit of both. Home meeting of the season between these two sides. Koulibaly. Rita onside. Looping ball. Headed up! And another save by Di Rosario. Subotic got his head square on the ball. And Di Rosario with another splendid save. Nice ball in right here to Subotic. Just like we saw in the first half with Aaron John. Got all of it with his head, but once again, Di Rosario able to come up with a save. The delivery near post. Rita overruns the ball. John headed up and backwards by the Brazilian Idolo. Idolo doing a good job. That was just more of a reaction than anything. Right in the line of fire. Another opportunity on the corner for Crown Legacy. Rosario going up to grab this ball out of the air. Body surrounding him, draws the whistle. Dylan Singh, one of those players involved. Chisholm, Idolo. This ball played forward. Good job here by Henry, stretching the line. Moore winning the ball back. Pena. Moore sends it up the field. Will go gather the ball to try to make the pace pick up a little bit. If you looked at this game, you can see Toronto playing with a little bit of attitude here tonight, having lost 3 in a row. Trying to change their fortune here at home against Crown Legacy. Meanwhile, Crown Legacy unbeaten in their last 4 games, coming off their first clean sheet of the season in the 2-0 win over FC Cincinnati. And tonight for Crown Legacy, they can move up to 4th in the standings. Still plenty of season left here in MLS Next Pro. Top 8 teams do make the playoffs, though. Subotic. Stojanovic doing a good job winning the ball right back for Toronto FC2. Too many giveaways for both sides. Koulibaly still looking for his first career goal in MLS Next Pro. Holt. Pena calling for the ball, now gets it. Subotic. Towards the spot, chest down by Singh, but can't maintain possession. Oh, how about that combination play by Toronto FC? Ball Walker under pressure by AR. He just plays the ball away. Like he got his own feet tangled up, had to play quicker than he wanted. Odrago, diagonal ball. Iari under pressure. Ito Mack. Zimmermancic. Looking ahead for Sullivan. Sullivan, more to defend. Sullivan gets around more. Sullivan with a shot. Goes top shelf and in for the opening goal. It felt like it was only a matter of time for the home side, and the captain, Michael Sullivan, puts Toronto in the lead in the 58th minute. How about this ball forward? Sullivan ahead, more there to defend. Sullivan being patient, gets it to his left foot and just blasted by the right hand of Isaac Walker going top near corner. Beautiful long ball to begin that, and Sullivan makes no mistake and finishes for Toronto FC 2. His second goal of the season, 11th goal on the year for Toronto. For Toronto, this game could very much be 4, if not 5-0. It took 58 minutes, but Sullivan gets the first score of the game for the home side. And now Crown Legacy having to play from behind. Not the first time they've had to play from behind. They've been able to show that they can play with the lead and having to come from behind. Henry looking to add to the goal total for Toronto. Nice ball, and oh, how about that bicycle effort? Talk about athletic arrogance right there from Jamari Nolan. Not lacking when it comes to confidence. Going with the bicycle, but couldn't get it on frame. You have to love that, the attitude, the confidence here to try to pull off this kick. I'd have actually been better off leaving that for Zimmermancic. Giveaway, here's Aari looking for Nolan. Aari in for Sullivan. But now confidence boiling over for Toronto FC 2. Talking with Gianni Cimini about Jamari Nolan throughout the season. Talks about how he's got a great technical base, very young player. They're still trying to shape him as a player in his future. And one of the things that they love is they can really mold him into the player that he wants to be and the player that they envision him becoming. They really think he's a bright player with a lot ahead in his future. He can do very different things, and he's trying just to learn week in and week out. The best way to learn through experience on the field. Michael Sullivan with his second goal of the year. Marcus Zimmermancic getting his first assist of the season. Rita now looking to respond for Crown Legacy. Cuts it to his left foot. Now back to the right, turns away. Ball played in. More going up top. Subotic. Stojadinovic on his backside. End-to-end football. Koulibaly Koulibaly, a high sought-after midfielder, likes of Arsenal as well as RB Salzburg, Atletico Madrid in pursuit of him, ultimately signing with Crown Legacy. This ball played forward. Sullivan for Malik Henry on the edge of the area. Henry plays it in, headed away. Well, Drago doing a good job getting himself in position to send that the other direction. Singh. Fisher to his right. Singh, step over, top of the 18. John. Koulibaly with a shot and blasted well over. This portion of the match is brought to you by BMO, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. By Koulibaly with a couple chances now in this game, both times though sending it up and over the crossbar. Last year he played in Croatia, talked about his talent and the teams that were looking to bring him in. Crown Legacy doing a great job of bringing him here to play, and he's been a player that's shown that he can play in the midfield, he can play in the back line, but showing he can do a little bit of everything. One of those traditional holding midfielders. Ball played ahead now. Henry looking to capitalize. Henry back to defend his more. Good job by Ouedraogo coming up, but can't clear it away. Ouedraogo a couple different times has done a good job stepping up to prevent the ball from getting into danger as Simmermansik commits the foul, and he'll be handed the first yellow card for Toronto. Clear foul. Simmermansik getting the complete backside of Aaron John, much like we saw by Subotic on his foul earlier in the game. Simmermansik also signaling there that he needs to be subbed off, so maybe that's the real reason for the foul. Still on the ground. Toronto FC have yet to use a sub in the game. Chance here for a water break for some of the players. Toronto FC here with a 1-0 win. Their last win coming April 25th in a clean sheet against Chicago where they won 2-0. Michael Sullivan with the lone goal in this game, assisted by Marcus Simmermansik, the man on the ground. Here, Toronto doing a good job not getting away from what's been working here tonight. They're still being aggressive, pushing up in the attack. A lot of times when a team gets that 1-goal lead, you see them settle into the low block. Not the case as of right now for Toronto FC 2. Still trying to push forward and still trying to get that second goal. So Bostonberry will come in for Marcus Simmermansik. Costa Iliadis will also come in. Iliadis for Malik Henry. Tough game for Malik Henry. Probably should have had a goal, if not two. Best chance came off the header. They sent well wide on what was an open goal mouth for Toronto FC 2. Isaac Walker couldn't get over quick enough to cover up. Here's Jamari Nolan, the 15-year-old, once again going forward. Ayari. Koulibaly. Moore at midfield. Koulibaly. Looking for Rita. Chisholm there to defend. Rita has a little room. Subotic falls over, try and draw the foul, not going to get the whistle. These two first teams will go tomorrow. Success of Patrick Hajimong, formerly with Crown Legacy, now with the first team, Charlotte FC, a brace in Charlotte's 3-2 win against Columbus Crew. Has 5 goals on the season. He'll be a player you want to watch out for in tomorrow evening's game. Moore plays it in. Rita thought about the bicycle. Shot from distance by Koulibaly, blocked. Pena unable to get to the ball first. Moore cuts inside. Moore trying to slip the ball to Dylan Singh, unable to reach him. Subotic. Good effort right there. Tracking him down was Iliadis. Pena. Koulibaly. Pena. Moore once again. Stojanovich wins the ball. Ayari has Nolan inside. Back to defend, though, is Crown Legacy. Ayari going at the 50-year-old Holt. Ayari not on the same page. Right there as Anthony Bossenberry. Bossenberry holding up his run. Ayari thought he was going to go to the end line. Subotic has Singh inside. Rita on the backside of the box. Subotic trying to get by Reed Fisher. Reed Fisher once again doing a good job defensively, standing his ground. Koulibaly steps forward. Bossenberry. Well, for two teams that like to possess the ball at different times in this game, they have showed they're not afraid to use the pace. Well out is Walker, and he'll cover the ball somehow. Keeps that in the 18-yard box. Jamari Nolan was the man that was intended to, I should say the teenager that was intended to. Right now he's on the end line, catching his breath. Moore gets around Stojanovich. Moore dragging the ball with him, and once again, well done by Reed Fisher. Reed Fisher doing a good job getting back to defend. You can see him just trying to catch his breath right now. The effort he has made, moving up on the field. When Toronto gets in the attacking third, having to get back defensively on the counters of Crown. Score is 1-0. Michael Sullivan with the lone goal coming in the 58th minute. A couple real good saves by Adisa Di Rosario. Otherwise, this game could very much be 1-1. And Nolan still down behind the play for Toronto FC 2. Pair of subs are ready for Toronto, as we'll have 2 more subs come on here for Crown Legacy. Rodriguez will come off. Brian Romero will come on. Romero will replace Subotic. Thiago Rodriguez also coming on for Crown Legacy.
Their replacement will be Thiago, number 41, Brian Romero.
Josh Nugent now will come on for Jamari Nolan. Jamari Nolan leaves, grabbing his leg. Josh Nugent on, but Nolan, very good game for the 15-year-old. Probably should have had a goal, if not two. But Isaac Walker with 3 big saves on the 15-year-old tonight. Nugent getting his first touch, but loses possession. John at midfield. Koulibaly. Crown Legacy looking to get one back. In all 3 wins this season for Toronto FC, they have won by a clean sheet. Drago. Moore in the channel. Plays it in. Top of the area, sent away. More numbers coming up now for Crown Legacy. Drago. Drago, Nugent in pursuit. Nugent to the ball first. Plays to the center on a square ball. Bostonberry with a shot and a stop by Isaac Walker. This portion of the match is brought to you by Ritz, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. Moore. Looking for Rita. Once again, Fisher back. You have to hand it to Fisher and Stojadinovic. They've done an excellent job here this evening on the left wing, defending the attackers of Crown Legacy. They've done a good job stopping, whether it be Forbes, who started the game, now Daniel Moore, and now Rita getting an opportunity. He began when he came on as a sub on the right side of the field, now working his way on the left side. Stojadinovic. Here's Nugent. Loses possession. Good job coming back once again by Aaron John. Aaron John, you go back to last year with his 10 assists, 8 goals, but does so much on the defensive side of things as well for this Crown Legacy team. Here's Dylan Singh. Singh into the area. Koulibaly. Throw now here for Crown Legacy. Romero, Thiago. Good job shepherding the ball out right there by Micah Chisholm. If this scoreline were to hold for Toronto FC, they would improve to 4 wins on the season. That would give them 14 points on the year. Up next for Toronto FC, Sunday at FC Cincinnati, 6 p.m. Eastern. Meanwhile, for Crown Legacy, Wednesday, they will host New York Red Bulls at 7 p.m. That's next Sunday, not this coming Sunday, for Toronto. Chipped over for Rita. Rita ahead. Reed back now. Rita goes to the ground a couple of different times. Crown Legacy's players have gone to the ground a little bit too easy. John. Koulibaly. Moore. Plays it in, sent away by Reed. Thiago. Moore. Takes the deflection, comes to Romero. Singh, turn away. Ouedraogo, pushing up, Ouedraogo with the left, deflected and down. Romero for Moore. Moore, back post, tapped on, oh, and just wide. Dylan Singh was on the backside of the box, but couldn't get the shot on frame. Offside flag, though, might have been up. Singh just waiting at the top of the 6-yard box. Singh had a great chance, but couldn't get the far post. Singh, Idolo on him. Thiago. Singh. Backs out for Romero. Numbers inside. And now Mark Fisher will come on for Hassan Ayari. Ayari, a solid job here this evening for the home side. And now Mark Fisher on to try to close out the evening. This portion of the match is brought to you by MasterCard, proud sponsor and fan of Toronto FC 2. John. Here's Fisher getting his first touch. And a corner now here for Crown Legacy. Eighth corner of the game for Crown Legacy. Chance to tie it up in the 82nd minute. John. Looked like a handball nearly by Stojadinovic, but hit his body. Rita. Koulibaly. Gives it away to Bossenberry. Bossenberry has Nugent up. That's where he goes. Fisher to Reed Fisher. Iliadis. Iliadis at the top of the area. A chance here from distance. Blocked away by Koulibaly on the volley. Stopped by Walker. Walker, though, can't keep it in play. Couple good looks right there by Toronto FC. Again, they are not letting up. They are putting the pedal to the floor. Great looking chance right there from Michael Sullivan, where he has a goal. And how about that volley attempt by Bossenberry? Bossenberry in the far corner. Ball hanging in the air. Thiago able to get his head to it first. Here's Reed. Reed Fisher with it. Fisher doing a great job. Way in the corner, you can talk about what he's doing defensively, but right there, that's a big moment right there. Reed Fisher in Toronto, battling for position, gets the final touch from Crown Legacy to go over the end line, and another corner chance here coming for Toronto, their 6th of the game. Just little things like that that'll be noticed by the coaching staff when they go back and watch film. Bossenberry plays it in. Shot over the crossbar. Iliadis had a look, but unable to get it on frame. Chai up. Koulibaly with a diagonal ball. Moore. John, the captain. Chai up. Poor giveaway right there by Crown Legacy. Numbers were back for Toronto. Plenty of space to work with at midfield. You have a poor turnover, though, by the visitors. And Toronto now will take some time here to run some more time off the clock. If the scoreline were to hold for Toronto, it's their 4th win of the season. For Crown Legacy, it would be their 3rd loss of the year. Koulibaly. Try and connect with Singh, but too heavy of a touch. Fisher once again on the ball for Toronto, but unable to keep it in play. Thiago turns away. Drago. Thiago. Headed up by Fisher. Sent away by Chisholm. Into the circle. Holt. Chai up. Numbers advancing now for Crown Legacy. Romero able to get around one defender, but not able to get around Bossenberry. Bossenberry, how about that hesitation to go? Just going down to the corner flag. Bossenberry doing enough right there to get in the attacking third, making Crown Legacy have to work to get the ball back. Good play right there by Nugent, and then he also forces the foul on Odrago. Little things right now by Toronto paying off dividends. Romero. Pass intended for Thiago, but back is Idolo. Flag is up against Crown Legacy. Three clean sheets on the year for Toronto. Chicago Fire was the last one on April 25th. Also shut out Inter Miami on April 10th. And you go back to the first game of the season when they shut out FC Cincinnati. A chance to get their fourth clean sheet of the year. The win would also put them 1 point behind Crown Legacy. Crown Legacy with 15 points on the season. It would be 14 on the year for Toronto if they can pick up the 3. Just a couple minutes left for Crown Legacy as they look for a late game equalizer. For a game that is 1-0, it does not feel like a 1-0 game. Both teams could probably have multiple goals on the scoreboard right now. John back inside. Thiago. Rita. Chop into the box. Over the head is Singh. Right to Moore. Shot blocked. Brought down. Sent up by Sullivan and out. The goal scorer with a big clearance right there for Toronto. Koulibaly. Drago gives it away. A chance here maybe for Toronto to close out the game. Nugent. Iliadis inside. Fisher trying to draw the contact, and he gets the whistle, and a yellow card will be handed out. Thiago being handed the yellow card for Crown Legacy. He's pleading his case. There you see the yellow card. Thiago Rodriguez pleading his case. The Brazilian will not win that one. 5 minutes of stoppage time added on. A chance here for Toronto to put away the game if they elect to go on frame. And now Mark Fisher will get a yellow card for delaying the game. So now he'll play it. Fisher and company a little indecisive on what they wanted to do with the ball. Fisher was also hit in the eye on the foul by Thiago, and now he takes a knee. So Thiago commits the foul, handed the yellow card, and now Mark Fisher, he's going to have to go off the sideline as he took another knee. You can see him saying there he can't see. So he's going to have to come off the field for a couple of minutes. Training staff on the field. See Mark Fisher try and explain what happened. He was poked in the eye. Mark Fisher, this is his 5th appearance of the season, 2nd year with the club out of Stanford. Training staff doing a great job, especially anytime it comes to a head injury. Checking out Fisher. Looks like Fisher will be coming out of the game as well. Not the way Fisher wanted his night to end. Of course, more time being added on to the clock as well. Originally 5 minutes of stoppage time. That will probably extend to about 8 minutes or so. Patrick McDonald about to come onto the field. Patrick McDonald, 59th overall draft pick out of the University of Indiana. This will be McDonald's 7th appearance of the season. So Fisher will head off. Now subbing on will be Patrick McDonald. Home goal of the game coming from the captain, Michael Sullivan, in the 58th minute, assisted by Marcus Zimmerman-Sick. Lucas Olguin will resume play. And here is McDonald getting his first touch. Nugent ahead of the pack. Gets the inline first to keep the ball in. Nugent backs it out. Toronto wasting away more time. Olguin, Bostonberry. A giveaway here by Toronto. No, Sullivan able to get back on the ball. Nice scoop pass right there by Sullivan, finding Bostonberry. Bostonberry shot, and that stopped by Walker. Romero. The Brazilian Thiago plays it out. Iliadis able headed away for Toronto. Drago for more, intercepted. Iliadis looking for some help. He'll simply just play this all the way down. And now Isaac Walker having to run over and get this ball back into play quickly. So now we'll have a substitute for Crown Legacy. Chiap will head off the field. Ferna Ferreira will come on. Singh. Ball played in by Romero. Drago. Crown Legacy going backwards. They need to push up. A couple minutes added on for extra stoppage time due to the injury to Fisher. John. Here's Thiago Rodriguez. Top of the area. Drago. Toronto's defense looking to hold strong here. And a foul committed by Iliadis. Romero looking to pick out a target. Goes for John. John plays it in. And now sent away by Bostonberry. Walker at midfield. Dying moments here for Crown Legacy. Romero. Kulabali into the area, headed away, but right to Odrago. Odrago looking for Rita. Back is Stojadinovic, and Stojadinovic will usher the ball out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Adisa Di Rosario. Fans at York Lions Stadium in Toronto, Ontario, loving this for the home side. Looking to stop a 3-game losing streak and looking to put an end to Crown Legacy's 4-game unbeaten streak. And there is the final whistle, and a 3-game losing streak comes to an end for Toronto FC as they get another clean sheet, their 4th of the season, as they shut out Crown Legacy by a score of 1-0. And all they needed was lone goal, and it came from the man wearing the captain's armband, and he is our man of the match. And what a game it was for Sullivan and company. But how about this pass by Marcus Zimmermansik? And then Michael Sullivan on the run back as Daniel Moore to defend. Sullivan to his left foot, gets it over the shoulder of Isaac Walker. That goal coming in the 58th minute, and he is our man of the match tonight as Toronto FC get the win at home. It's their 2nd win of the season at home. They now improve to 4 wins on the season. They now have 14 points on the year for Crown Legacy. It's their 3rd loss of the season. But for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, I'm Josh Toll. Once again, our final score is Toronto FC 1, Crown Legacy 0. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Thank you and good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.